What if I told you that hustling harder might actually be the reason you're stuck, and that waiting could be your greatest advantage? I know. That sounds completely backwards in a world that screams grind harder. Sleep when you're dead, and hustle until your haters ask if you're hiring. We've been programmed to believe that success equals constant motion, that if you're not grinding 24/7, you're falling behind. But here's what nobody talks about. Some of the most successful people in history, from Warren Buffett to Leonardo da Vinci, mastered something we've forgotten in our rush to the top. They mastered the art of strategic waiting. Today I'm going to show you the philosophy, psychology, and practical reasons why patience isn't just underrated. It's your secret weapon. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why slowing down might be the fastest way to get where you want to go. So buckle up. We're about to flip everything you think you know about success. Picture this. It's 2 a.m. You're on your third cup of coffee, eyes burning from staring at your laptop screen. You've been grinding for months, posting content every day, sending cold emails, jumping on every opportunity that comes your way. But here's the thing. You're exhausted, frustrated, and honestly, you're not much closer to your goals than when you started. Sound familiar? Or maybe you're that person who checks their phone every 5 minutes, refreshing Instagram to see if your latest post got more likes, constantly pivoting because last week's strategy didn't give you instant results. You're caught in what I call the hamster wheel of hustle. Lots of movement, lots of noise, but you're basically running in place. But what if I told you that while you've been running yourself into the ground, there's someone else, someone quieter, more patient, who's been playing a completely different game? They're not hustling harder, they're hustling smarter. They understand something profound. What if slowing down and waiting could lead to more than all those sleepless nights ever could? Let me take you back 2,000 years to ancient Rome. The Stoic philosophers had a concept they called patient endurance. Marcus Aurelius, literally the most powerful man in the world at the time, wrote, "Confine yourself to the present," not because he was lazy, but because he understood that true power comes from working with time, not against it. But it's not just the Stoics. In ancient China, Lao Tzu taught that nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Think about that for a second. The most powerful forces in nature, the ocean carving canyons, trees growing into giants, they don't hustle, they persist. Here's my favorite metaphor: the bamboo tree. For the first 4 years, you water it, fertilize it, care for it, and nothing. No growth above ground. Zero. Your neighbor might mock you. Why are you wasting time on that dead stick? But in year 5, it shoots up 90 feet in 6 weeks. Those first 4 years weren't wasted. The bamboo was building something invisible, but essential. A root system so strong it could support explosive growth. This is what patience really is. It's not passive waiting. It's active preparation. It's understanding that the most important work often happens underground, unseen, uncommented on by the Instagram algorithm. Throughout history, the people who changed the world weren't the ones moving the fastest. They were the ones willing to wait for the right moment while everyone else burned out chasing the wrong opportunities. Let's get into your brain for a minute, because there's actual science behind why patience is a superpower. When you're constantly hustling, your brain operates in what psychologists call scarcity mode. You're reactive, making decisions based on fear and urgency. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that handles complex thinking and planning, gets hijacked by your amygdala screaming, "Do something now," but patience. Patience activates a completely different neural network. It engages what researchers call prospective thinking, the ability to mentally time travel and make decisions based on long-term outcomes rather than immediate rewards. Here's the kicker. Studies show that people who can delay gratification don't just achieve more success. They're happier, healthier, and more resilient. Remember the famous Stanford marshmallow experiment? The kids who could wait for a second marshmallow went on to have higher SAT scores, lower rates of obesity, and better life outcomes across the board. But here's what's really fascinating. It's not that patient people are born different. They've simply learned to think in terms of compound returns rather than quick fixes. Think of it like investing. If you put $100 in the stock market and panic sell every time there's a dip, you'll lose money. But if you invest that same $100 and wait 30 years, it could become $1,600. Same money, same market. The only difference is patience. Your career, your relationships, your creative projects, they all work on compound principles. Small, consistent actions over time create exponential results that no amount of frantic hustling can match. The hustler sees a 1% improvement and thinks it's too small. The patient person sees a 1% improvement and thinks perfect. In 72 days, this will double. Let me tell you about a man who became one of the richest people in the world by mastering the art of waiting. Warren Buffett didn't trade his way to billions. He found great companies and held them for decades. His average holding period, over 10 years. While everyone else was chasing hot stocks, Buffett was playing chess while they played checkers. He once said, "Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." That's patient capital in action, but it's not just about money. James Dyson created 5,126 failed prototypes before perfecting his revolutionary vacuum cleaner. 5,000 failures. Most people would have quit after prototype number 50, but Dyson understood that each failure was actually data, bringing him closer to the breakthrough. 15 years. That's how long it took him to go from idea to market success. But once he got there, he built a billion-dollar empire. Or consider nature's ultimate lesson in patience. The 17-year cicada. These insects spend 17 years underground, developing, waiting. Then they emerge all at once in numbers so massive that predators can't possibly eat them all. It's a survival strategy that took millions of years to evolve, and it works because of patience, not speed. The common thread in all these stories? Success isn't about constant motion, it's about timing. It's about doing the work when no one's watching, building when no one's applauding, and trusting the process when everyone else is looking for shortcuts. These people didn't win because they were the fastest. They won because they were willing to wait for the right moment while everyone else burned out, chasing the wrong opportunities at the wrong time. All right, so how do you actually apply this in your life? Here are 3 practical ways to harness the power of patience starting today. First, the 24-hour rule. Before making any major decision, whether it's a career move, a large purchase, or even sending that heated email, wait 24 hours. This simple pause engages your prefrontal cortex and prevents your amygdala from sabotaging your long-term goals. I've saved myself from countless stupid decisions with this one rule. Second, set patience benchmarks. Instead of expecting results in days or weeks, give your projects seasons or years to mature. If you're building a business, don't evaluate its success month by month. Give it at least 18 months. If you're learning a skill, don't expect mastery in 90 days. Think in terms of 1,000 hours of practice. This shifts your entire relationship with progress. Third, practice strategic stillness. Schedule time each week where you do absolutely nothing productive. No planning, no optimizing, no hustling. Just sit, walk, think. This isn't laziness. It's creating space for insights that only come when you stop forcing them. Some of history's greatest breakthroughs happen during moments of stillness, not hustle. Remember, patience isn't about being passive. It's about being selectively active. It's about saying no to good opportunities so you can say yes to great ones. It's about planting seeds today that will feed you for decades. Here's what I want you to remember. Patience is not passive. It's power in disguise. In a world obsessed with speed, your willingness to slow down becomes your competitive advantage. While everyone else is burning out chasing every shiny object, you're building something that lasts. You're playing the long game in a short game world. So I want you to ask yourself, where in your life have you been hustling when you should have been waiting? What project, relationship, or goal could benefit from more patience instead of more pressure? The bamboo doesn't apologize for its first 4 years of invisible growth. The oak doesn't rush to match the speed of the grass. And you don't need to justify your patient approach to people who are addicted to urgency. If this perspective shift resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because we're building a community of people who think differently about success, who understand that sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is slow down. Like this video if you're ready to stop hustling and start waiting strategically. Drop a comment telling me about a time when patience paid off in your life, or where you're going to apply it next. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. But once you plant it, your job isn't to make it grow faster. Your job is to water it consistently and trust the process. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.